Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this celebration of the successful completion of Beachy Head and its handing over for service on the Bluebell Railway. I'm Terry Cole, and I've been the chairman of the Brighton Atlantic Group since its inception 25 years ago. It hardly seems like 25 years that we've been building this engine, but that is a fact of life. Firstly, we would want to celebrate the work of all of those who have designed and built Beachy Head and pushed on through many difficulties to realise the project today. In fact, completion was only Friday of last week. In this context, we must particularly thank the team led by Keith Sturt, who has masterminded the whole project throughout its length. It's his expertise and engineering skills that have brought the project to its successful conclusion. Flexibility and thinking outside the box have always been key to solving many problems. Importantly, he has assembled a small workforce with very different skills, capable of designing, making, assembling and finishing the loco. Building a locomotive in a shed without a pit is no mean task. It could so easily have become Eric Morecambe, not Beachy Head, having all the right parts, but not necessarily in the right order. Great credit goes also to Fred Bailey, whose design skills have enabled him to produce over 1,000 engineering drawings for the project, often from scant information. And many of these essential parts he's then go on to make himself. I must also mention Tony Funnell, whose design skills have enabled him to make the high standard of machining that we've seen on many of the parts. I must also mention at this point some other members of the construction team: David Westcott, Richard Blakesley and Malcolm Place, just to mention three. Stepping back from the actual construction, I must thank David Jones, who has been meticulous in his record keeping and enabled us to keep track of donations, sponsorships and other contributions to this £1.25 million project. No mean feat, with 400 plus supporters. Our thanks also go to Neville Watts, editor of Atlantic News, who's kept us up to date with his twice-yearly magazine. Behind the skills, but equally important, has been the invaluable advice and wisdom of the late Joe Barnes, who would have been very proud to come and see this day. There are many others, including our loyal sales team, who have regularly attended open days and contributed significantly, as does our artist Matthew Cousins. But of course, we want today to celebrate the support of all of you who have helped fund the project and without whom it just would not have been possible. You have stuck with us through the years leading up to date and heard me say just another 2 years, just another 2 years. from about 2010 onwards. And the result is this wonderful engine which should become the pride of Bluebell's fleet. Having completed Beachy Head and seen it enter service, the Atlantic team have taken on a new challenge. Our plan is to restore the Adams radial tank, which has been out of service for over 30 years. and we've already moved it into Atlantic House to begin the assessment process. Now for the actual handover itself. In the early days of Bluebell, there was a tradition of locomotives being blessed before they went into service, and that is a tradition that we'd like to revive today. So I would like to call upon the railway's chaplain, Father David Murdoch, to step forward and deliver a blessing. Thank you, David. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you'll be looking forward to your first ride behind Beachy Head and a delicious lunch. So if you'd like to take your reserved seats on the Pullman, departure is at 12:30. Thank you.
That's what I did for Archie. No worries.
Really appreciate that.
No worries, mate.
Okay, special day. Yeah.